Alright, welcome back once again. It's nice having you here back again. It's still your tutor to be Fadola. Here I'm going to be showing you how to publish your application onto Google Play Store, and I'm going to be showing you a practical steps on how you have to do it. Now what you are looking on your screen is a typical example of how a Google developer account looks like. And as you can see that on this developer account, a lot of applications have already been published, because this is my own personal Google developer account, gotten back in 2018, let me say. So I'm going to be showing you the practical steps that we need to take in publishing your mobile application onto Google Play Store. The first thing you need to do is to click on Create App. Now let's get started. So after clicking on Create App, then the first thing is to enter your app name. Now remember, you have already created your application, so now you have to enter the name of your application. Then now input the name of your application, and then you have to select the type of your application. Maybe it's an app or a game, so you have to choose either it's an application or a game, because Google developer account really requires that. Okay, so now let's choose what we are publishing is an application, so we are going to choose app. Now next is it free or paid. Now this is telling us that if your application is going to be free, that anyone can download, you can choose free. But if people need money to access your application, you have to click on paid, because that's a paid app. Now we are publishing a free app, so we are choosing free. Now after that, now let's just accept the terms and conditions of Google Play Store. So now you have to click on accept the terms and conditions. Now after doing that, you have to click on Create App. Now let's allow our app to get created on Google. Now as you can see, now our app has been created on Google developer account. Now as you can see at the top bar, now the next thing for us to do is to put our app on a store listing and input all the necessary requirements about our application. So first we have to go to store presence and go to main store listing. Now under that main store listing, now you can see your app name, the one we created earlier. Now you have to enter a short description about your application. So let's just say maybe your application is a quiz app, so you can just say this is a quiz app for education. So it must be a very short description of 80 characters. So now after you enter your short description, now you also have to enter your full description. So under full description, it's talking about everything that your application actually entails, everything you want users of your application to know about your app, so you can actually input it there, because there are a lot of opportunities to write as many character of words as possible. So you can just do that under your full description. So you can write and write and write and write and write, so up to I think like maybe 4,000 words. So I believe some people are not even going to write up to that, so it depends on you actually. Some people, you can choose to write a short description there too, while some people actually write a full details. Now you must understand something, that under that full description, it's good to put up a good words there, because it really affects your application ranking. Now the next thing is to upload your app icon. Don't forget, Uploading your app icon, it has a specific pixel or resolution that you must upload. Now we have the app icon and we have the feature graphics. Under the app icon, it must be a pixel of 512 by 512. So that means you must have edited your icon to a pixel of 512 by 512. So pixel. Now let's do that. So it's going to upload, because if it's not that, it's not going to upload. Now your feature graphics must be a pixel of 1028 by 500 pixels. So the reason why you have to edit your picture to that is because of the terms and conditions, because they are not going to accept it if it is not in that format. So now after that, if you have a video, a short video, you can put the link in the YouTube channel. Now the screenshot is what is going to display onto your app users on Google Play Store. So it's about the in-depth of your application. So you can screenshot everything that your app is all about and you upload it. Now we have the tablet screenshot. So for people that are using tablets, so how you want it to display to them, then you choose that. So now all others are not actually necessary, but you can just do that if you actually need to do it. So now after doing that, you have to click on save. So after saving that, wow, we are done about that. Now the next thing is to go to app component. So when you scroll down, you will see app component. Now under this app component is where we have to fill some necessary details. The first is our privacy policy. Now don't forget, when you create your application, you need a privacy policy for Google to publish your application. So it depends on, you must have a privacy policy to get your application listed on Google Play Store. So that, don't forget, where I taught us how to create mobile application, and you can easily get your privacy policy code there. So now you have to input it. Now this is ads. If you want your application to display Google ads, that is, if you have an intention of running ads on your application, you have to click yes. So now app accesses. App accesses are talking about the access you give to people about your application. So it's all functionality without special access. Now content rating, you cannot do content rating, start content rating without uploading your application file. So that means you first need to go and upload your AAB file before you can actually do content rating. So what we have to do is, you have to go to production. So go to production. Now you have to create a release under production. So create a release. This is where you are going to upload your application file. So create a release. So now then you have to upload your application, the bundle. Don't forget the AAB file, because Google Play Store is no longer accepting APK file, so it has to be an AAB file. So then you have to input your release name. So the name you want it to display to your app user. Input your release name. Now after inputting your release name, ensure that your release name is the same thing as the app name. So now you have to enter a release note. So this release note is what is going to show to your app user when they want to download your app. So at the top of your app, a release note is going to show to them. So ensure that you have a catching release note that can actually encourage people to download your application. So it has to be a very short release note. That is, maybe this is the latest feature about blah blah blah, like that, So now let's wait for our AAB file to upload. So now once your AAB file has uploaded, then we have to go back to our app component. So let's wait and see. All right, so as we can see, our AAB file has been uploaded. Now let's click on save as draft. So now let's go back to our app component. Now we can start our content rating like that. So start your questionnaire. So you have to be very careful while filling your content rating. So ensure you fill the right information about your application. So because Google is going to verify your application, and it must agree to the terms and conditions of Google Play Store before they can actually approve your app. So now here they are going to ask you a lot of questions. Maybe your application contains some kind of violence, nudity, money laundering, stuffs like that. So you have to know what to choose rightly. So now you have to choose, and after doing that you have to click on save, then you click on next. Now after clicking on next, then you have to submit your content rating. So we have actually submit. Then next, let's move to our next agenda, and that is targeted audience. So your application, you have to select the audience you are targeting with your app. Maybe 18 above, below 18, you have to select and click OK, and ensure that the audience you are targeting actually complies with your application. So after doing that, you save it, then you go back. News app, is your application a news app? So if you are uploading a news app, you click yes, but we are not uploading a news app, so we click no. Now they are going to ask, is your application a COVID-19 tracking app? So our app is actually not tracking anything about COVID-19, so we click no. Okay, so data safety. Now this data safety is actually something very important and very serious now, because here is the main deal now to get your application published on Google Play Store, because many people are actually failing in this aspect of data safety policy. So you have to be very careful and choose the right data and right information about about your application and the data your app collects from users.